Today I'm going to share kind of a funny story with you about the time a very loud woman woke up my family. What's up guys, it's Greeny. I'm here in Sattahip, Thailand. Gonna do a little walk around. I usually take a morning walk somewhere, and today I decided I'm gonna drive out to Sattahip so I can show you guys around a little bit. Pretty cool little town, I like it here. Tell you guys the story. If you're a subscriber to my channel or you've been watching, you probably remember last summer my dad got real sick. I had to fly to America and unfortunately passed away. But a few months before that, I was there for my niece's graduation from high school and her party and everything. And at the party, my dad decided that he's gonna tell a funny story about me. And I was telling my buddy about this the other day, and he's like, that is friggin' funny. You gotta tell it on your channel. So what the hell, I'll tell you guys. It's a little risque, but it was so long ago. I mean, the statute of limitations is up. Not that I did anything wrong, but a long time ago, 21 years old. So, always my favorite thing, especially first thing in the morning, is one of these announcement trucks. They got them everywhere in Thailand. They love to broadcast loud for you. Swaddy Kap. So I'm gonna start my little trip here around at this temple. Now this temple here is kind of located right when you get into Sattahip, and if you want to park and walk the streets, this is a good place to park. Many people park here. They also will have food stands during the day. I'm not sure. I'm not walking through it. I'm gonna walk down the main street here just to show you guys around. But my dad was a real funny guy. He used to like telling a lot of stories, and maybe that's where I get it from. Except for he was funny and I am not. Anyways, right before he passed away, about 3 months earlier, we had my sister's, my sister's daughter, my niece's graduation party, and it was a big party, and a lot of people there. My dad was there, my aunt, my kids, some of my friends, my sister's friends, many people, and my dad decided that he wanted to tell sort of an embarrassing story about me. Now I'm going to tell you guys this story in two perspectives. One, like 35 years ago, my perspective, what I thought happened, what did happen, and I'll tell you what my dad told everybody, his perspective on this story. Now this area here, this main corner, I'll make a right, and then I think I can make a left down this one street here. This is where they have tons and tons of restaurants and outdoor eating. It's like a whole food street at night. I'll just show you that. Obviously, it's the morning now, so it probably won't be happening. So back to the story. So about, I think I was 21 years old, and I was in criminal justice in college, and in the summers, I worked security at the Detroit Zoo. And I was like a supervisor there. Most people, that was kind of their job. Me, it was kind of a summer job, you know, while I was going into law enforcement. So they gave me some responsibilities. Most employees did work there in the summer. And this one day, there was a group, there was like 3 girls my age that were like college students, and they had brought a whole group of kids. I don't know, like their job, whatever, daycare, some crap like that. Well, this one attractive young lady, she approached me and said she didn't feel good. Did I have any Tylenol? Did I have some medicine, something? So I took her in the office and had her rest there. And she just like stayed there and kept talking and wanted to hang out. I don't know, it was weird. The whole rest of her group went on their merry way. And one of the problems of doing your walk in some of these places on the sidewalk is bam, 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 bam. Way too much dog poop. You gotta dodge them like mines. It's like a minefield of poop. And as it turned out, I went and there's a Burger King across the street from the zoo. I went and got her some food, and I ate lunch, and we just sat there chit-chatting the whole time. And I got her phone number, and we decided that we were going to go out that night. Well, that night we went out, had a few drinks, and maybe I was 21. I must have been 21. Hello, Sweaty Cup. And they're probably not used to people walking around filming here. Not too many Falang here, but it's a cool area. Like I was saying, this whole street at night, there's all kinds of food out, different things like that. I'm going to walk down this way, see if the morning market is still open. It may be too late. So, back to the story. We go out, and she tells me that she just made that whole thing up about being sick because she wanted to get to know me, and she actually wanted me to like try to do something to her right there, like while I was working at the zoo. I don't know if she's got some uniform fetish or what her story was. She was a strange bird, a little bit, because she was going to university in Detroit, University of Detroit, but she was Canadian, and I don't know if you guys know any Canadians, but they're odd birds to begin with, generally. At least my experience here with the few that I've met. So we have our drinks, we're hanging out, you know, and she wants to come back to my place. She's already made her intentions known, like what she wanted to happen that day. So I'm like, oh, this is going to be a good night. I take her back. I'm living in my parents' house at this time. They had sold the house that we lived in to move to a different school district and bought a smaller house, and they actually like built me a little bedroom in the basement I could hang out in. And so that's where I slept, in this bedroom in the basement. Well, me and the girl are down there, and we're messing around, and things kind of started surprising me. She got very, very loud, like something that, you know, being a bright-eyed, bushy-tailed 21-year-old I had never experienced before, but she was literally like screaming, like I had to put my hand over her mouth, like what is going on? My parents are upstairs. I'm like, shh, shh, what are you doing? Like, you know, and she was just, it was crazy. It was I was drinking too, so, you know, things, maybe I wasn't thinking 100%, but there's a street here. Let me see, where's this market? I'll walk down this way. So I hear some footsteps. I can hear somebody moving around upstairs, and I'm like, oh shit. And then I hear somebody walking down the stairs, and I'm like, fuck, I got no lock or anything on this door. So I jump out of bed and I grab the door handle, and I'm holding it. I'm just holding the door shut, and somebody's pulling on the door from the other end trying to open it. And I'm just, you know, I just held the door, and eventually they went upstairs and walked away. I guess they didn't say anything. I assumed it was my mom because she was crazy like that, like very, very nosy. I figured it was my mom. Maybe she did say something. I don't know. I can't even remember, but I held that door, and so the next day, nobody said anything, you know. I got the girl out of there a few hours later, and next day, nothing was ever said about this at my house. So, flash forward to last summer, which was like, I don't know, many years later. My dad decides that he's going to tell this story from his perspective and my mom's perspective. My mom's passed away a long time ago, but he's going to tell this story to my kids, my friends, everybody. So what he says is, you know, oh, did Brian ever tell you about that screamer girl that he had that one time? And, you know, my kids are like, what? Of course my kids want to hear this story, you know. They're like, what did Dad do? So my dad says, you know, him and my mom were sleeping one night, and all of a sudden they start hearing screaming. And my mom's like, well, Richard, what is that? And my dad's, I don't know, I think you know what it is. Like, she's like, go down there and see what's going on. And he's like, no, I'm not going down there. Leave him alone. Like, you know what's going on. Just relax. And my mom was very, very high strung. She just busted out of bed, went running downstairs, and apparently that was her. That was her that was at the door there. And she went back upstairs and told my dad that the door was locked. So luckily I did hold it closed, and she didn't realize I didn't have a lock on the door, but that would have been quite embarrassing if my mom would have busted in. If I didn't hear her coming down the stairs, she for sure would have just busted right in, and that would have been so embarrassing. What do you guys think? You ever been embarrassed by your parents like that before? Told my kids. My kids they're adults. I mean, they're like 19, 20 at the time, maybe. No. My kids were adults. I mean, they were like 22, 23 last summer when my dad told the story. So, not that big of a deal, but kind of embarrassing. So, this is the morning market here. They have this every morning. Tons of food in here, tons of vegetables, fruits, seafood, wet market, everything. Really nice market here.